pleasant good morning to everyone. Welcome to the Charlestown Preschool graduation held under the patronage of Mr. and Mrs. Dion Lake. The theme for this year's ceremony is Recycle, Save the Earth for Our Children's Future. Now, if I'm permitted, I'd like to share 2 ways that we can save the earth for our children's future. And they're quite simple. One is just sharing our knowledge as adults. We can share our knowledge with the little children, and that would help in some way to save the earth for them. And also, before throwing away something, it would be good for you to stop and think about what else could be done with it, what it can be used for, or if anyone else might have use for it. Those are 2 very simple yet important ways that we can help to save the earth for our children. My name is Jean Keynes, and I'm your chairperson for today's event. I will now like to invite Ms. Lanissa Burt to the podium to do the invocation, after which we'll have the national anthem, which will be done by 2 of our graduates, Anila Jones and Devancia Brown.
And I invite you to bow your heads and close your eyes with me as we invite God's presence. Dear God, what an awesome privilege it is to come before you to give you thanks. Thanks for the breath of life. Thanks for this beautiful day. Thanks for this special occasion. Thanks for the hardworking staff of the Charlestown Preschool. Thanks for our supporting education officers. Thanks for our lovely parents, guardians, and well-wishers. And thanks for our wonderful and amazing children. They are indeed a blessing. You have brought us this far by faith, Lord. We want to thank you for what you did, what you are doing, and what you will continue to do. And as our children have completed their first one leg of their educational journey, I ask, dear Lord, that you go before them as they move to their next leg. Dear Lord, and those persons who are important in their lives and play a role, dear Lord, I ask that you grant them with all that they need to take care of them as they continue to grow and shine. Dear Lord, I bring before you the proceedings of this morning. Be with us from start to finish, and may what is said and done here bring honor and glory to your name. Bless us all, I pray. In Jesus' precious name, let everybody say, amen.
O land of beauty, our country, where peace abounds, thy children stand free. On the strength of will and love, with God in all its struggles, sing kids and even speak. Our nation bound together with a common destiny, as so as we stand for justice and liberty, with wisdom and truth, we will serve and honor thee. No soul, no speak and conquer, for God will surely defend his blessings shall forever to posterity extend.
Let us put our hands once again for the little ones. I think they've done a superb job. Next up, we'll have the scripture reading by Miss Yasolesi Grant, a parent of one of the graduates. And this will be followed by a welcome poem done by 4 of our male graduates in Christian, Mbele, Rommel, and Joel. Wait. So we'll have the scripture reading first, and then we'll have the welcome poem.
Good morning. Scripture reading is taken from Ephesians 6, verses 1 to 4. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye, fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up and nurture them, and in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Here ended the scripture reading.
Welcome. Someone have a special ring that almost make you dance and sing. The word I want to live with you, bring a special feeling all year through. We like to hear them everywhere, for they bring us much joy and cheer. So today I am the one to say, welcome to our graduation day.
That was done superbly by those 4 youngsters. And let us keep them in check, because you know how life is right now. So we have to start from when they're young to keep them busy in a positive manner. So that was really good from the boys. And now we'll invite Miss Lands, Teacher Lands, to bring remarks to us from the Department of Education.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. It is indeed my pleasure, on behalf of the Ministry and Department of Education, and especially the early childhood sector, and on my own behalf, to extend words of congratulations to the supervisors, staff, students, and parents of the Charlestown Preschool. Indeed, you have accomplished much despite the challenges of the pandemic, and I trust that you will continue to strive for excellence as you move on to primary school. And so, I wish everyone a wonderful graduation day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Teacher Lands, for your encouraging words. And now we'll have a song from our graduates, I Am Promise. Supervisor Lisa Lee will now come to the podium to bring remarks, after which we'll have our feature presentation, which is the Puppet Ministry.
Mrs. Donnie Lance, Early Childhood Coordinator, Mrs. Brenda Smith-Williams, resource teacher and former supervisor of the Charlestown Preschool, other education officials, principals, and supervisors present, Mr. and Mrs. Dion Lake, our esteemed patrons, Mrs. Jean Keynes, our chairperson, parents, boys and girls, good morning. A warm welcome is wished to you. The school year 2021 to 2022 for the Charlestown Preschool continued to blossom as we welcomed the smaller role at the institution, which resulted in even more one-on-one contact between teachers and students. With a total of 40 students, 21 girls and 19 boys, and still battling a pandemic, the decision was made to operate on a shift-based system alternating between 3 and 4-year-olds when school reopened on September 13, 2021. For this new school year, our staff was comprised of 13 members. Returning were our classroom teachers, Ms. Sherney Forbes, Ms. Nayoka Hendrickson, Ms. Vanshia Powell, Ms. Amy Williams, and Ms. Tracia Chapman. The ancillary staff included Mrs. Ethelyn Wilkes-Smith, Ms. Verlin Thompson, and Ms. Timisha Bartlett, along with Assistant Supervisor, Ms. Samika Warner, and yours truly, Lisa Lee. Our groundsman, Mr. David DaCosta, remained as well. Ms. Lanisa Burke, Mr. Wentworth Smith and Jr., and Ms. Beverly Bartlett joined our energetic team in Term 1. As we continue to cope with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and gradually returning to a sense of normalcy, this school year we incorporated various activities to make learning even more fun for our students, as well as getting parents involved in their child's school life. These activities included the rebranding of our classrooms, Christmas and Black History devotions, Kids Athletics Fun Day, Easter egg hunt, Mommy and Me physical education workout, science fair, nursery rhyme dress-up day, Daddy Read With Me, community cleanup in Stony Grove, paint and sip, kids edition, just to name a few. I think it is safe to say that these students had quite a ball at the Charlestown Preschool because I know I left out a few. However, permit me to highlight 3 activities held this year, namely the Parent-Student Library, which was officially opened on Wednesday, 9th February 2022, as part of our focus in Term 2 on language, literacy, and communication. Parents and their children were given the opportunity to choose a book from our Parent-Student Library Center and collect their library cards. The cards were punched each time the students borrowed a book, and at the end of the term, we had a competition. And Ramian Gums received a prize for being the student who borrowed the most books. The second activity was the community project, which was formulated based on the theme for Child Month 2022 and our theme today, Recycle, Save the Earth for Our Children's Future. The projects were all creative. The top 3 prizes went to Kendrick Blair, Krishan Prasad, and Renaya Williams. The third activity was the Prince and Princess pageant, which was also a part of this year's Child Month celebrations. Doronique Johnson and Elijah Sampson represented us well, and they must be commended. To our sponsor, Cornerstone, for assisting us financially, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Provision was made this school year to involve our staff in professional development training sessions on Wednesdays. During these sessions, teachers and staff were engaged in a host of topics, some of which included conflict resolution, mathematics, alphabetical knowledge, and food safety. These topics has assisted them in their respective capacities, and as a result, there were improvements across the school. Based on the results from the developmental milestone checklist, the 3 to 4-year-olds, the scores were as follows. Term 1, 59.25%. Term 2, 76.7%. And by term 3, 89.9%. For the 4 to 5-year-olds, term 1, 75%. Term 2, 87%. And by term 3, 93%. Students, today is your big day, your graduation day. In a little while from now, 21 of you will be the graduates of the Charlestown Preschool. We have so many fond memories of your preschool years here with us. But as you grow and learn new things, I want you to continue to give of your best in every experience that you face. Congratulations to all of you. To the parents, always offer words of encouragement and motivation, as this will build your confidence. Make sure your child is on time for school each day, as this will instill a sense of respect for rules and encourage discipline. Test their knowledge and ask them questions about the things around them. You will help develop their inquiring minds. Many thanks goes out to you parents for your contribution and support during the school year. The support from each of you cannot go unnoticed. We appreciate you. Thank you. To the Ministry and Department of Education, especially our Principal Education Officer, Ms. Daniela Claxton, and the early childhood staff, Mrs. Florence Smithen, Mrs. Donnie Lance, and Mrs. Brenda Smithen-Williams, thank you for your continued support. It would be remiss of me to not single out the staff at the Charlestown Preschool. I take this opportunity to salute each one of you for your continued support to me and the progress of the Charlestown Preschool. The journey was not always smooth. Some of you gave me more trouble than the graduating class today. But as the 32nd President of the United States of America, Franklin Roosevelt, once said, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. We shared moments of sadness and laughter that will forever remain in my memory and in my heart. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. To Teacher Warner, words cannot express the gratitude and appreciation for being my right hand and on the rough days a shoulder to lean on. I am truly thankful for you. To the staff once again, thank you for giving of your best this school year, and let us continue to progress as an institution as we continue to assist in the development of the future of our nation's children. Thank you.
We now await our feature presentation, which is the Puppet Ministry, after which we'll have the presentation of certificates by our esteemed patrons, Mr. and Mrs. Dion Lake.
Is this thing on? Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. Excuse me, sir. Could you bring this for me? I'm speaking English, not puppet language. Thank you very much. First of all, I have to apologize. My brother is sick. Yeah, he got something. I'm not saying COVID, but he got something.
So, good morning, everyone. This is my puppet. His name is Sammy. And normally we are two, Sammy and Jerry, but like he said, Jerry got sick. So Jerry couldn't be here with us today. So it's me and you and everybody else. So let's get the children involved. What you got there?
Nothing.
In your bag?
Oh, that. I need a teacher to come help me. Teacher, can you come help? Where'd she go? Oh, teacher! I have something to test the children with.
You're going to test them?
Yeah. Take the bag, take the bag. It's hurting my hand. Whew. All right, so, children, graduating class, are you ready? No. Are you ready? All right, so let's get this test started. The teacher's going to show you some cards with some letters, and I want you to say what the letter is, okay? All right, ready, teacher?
Okay. Raise your hand if you know the answer. What is this letter?
Thank you all for raising your hand.
Okay.
Wait. What's that one? V. Yeah, V. Correct. I. I'm sorry. It's an I. Pay attention, grown-ups. Your test is next. Very good. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. So, you did a great job. So, all of you passed, so you can go to big school. Now, grown-ups, let's see if you're really grown-ups, if you're paying attention. What did those letters spell? Wow, they are so sure that it's environment that they're all speaking together. Let's go. Grown-ups, what word is it? Woo. Yeah, you know what the environment is? It's where we live and where we play and where we go to school. And we have to take care of it. Excuse me, one more thing. My trusty assistant, she's doing a good job, isn't she? In the bag. Can't get good help these days. What's in the bag? A bag is in the bag. Now, yeah, it's a plastic bag. Where do you get plastic bags from? Very good, you get it from the supermarket. And what normally goes into the bag? Groceries, very good. Wow, these kids are awesome. And what do you do when you finish with the bag? Do you throw it in the garbage or do you just throw it outside? Do you throw it outside? You throw it in the garbage. And where does it go after you throw it in the garbage? In the garbage bin. And who comes for the garbage bin? Right, very good. The dump truck takes it. Right, so if we were to take this plastic bag, can I have the plastic bag, please? And just, what? Is that a nice thing to do? No. Yes, it's very bad to do. That's called littering. Yes, it's called littering, and it's bad for the environment. Yeah. Could somebody bring me the bag? Please? Bring me the bag, please. The bag. The bag. Put it in the other bag. Very good. Good job. Give him a hand. So we understand that we should not throw garbage on the... Very good. So I'm going to sing a little song, and you're going to help me, and then we're going to be finished so we can get out of this warm place. All right. some backup music, please? If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. It will make your world much cleaner if you pick up all your litter. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. It will make your world much cleaner if you pick up all your litter. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Bye.
We'll now have the presentation of certificates, and this will be done by our patrons, Mr. and Mrs. Lake.
A pleasant morning, everyone. We will now have the presentation of the certificates. First, we have Kamaya Allen. Devancia Brown. Sidon Keynes. Keziah Dannett. Sashana Earl. Kenley Ann Freeman. Joel Freight. Mbele Galloway. Jayane Grant. Anila Jones. Daranique Johnson. Diane Lake. Romel Liebert. Maria Mahez. Ingrid Murray. Smile, Ingrid. Kishan Persad. Sophia Persad. Nathan Powell. Nazaya Rivers. Nyandra Thomas. And lastly, we have Nikayla Warner. Thank you.
Can the graduates please stand? I now present to you the graduating class of 2022. Let's give them a round of applause. May be seated.
On behalf of the staff and students, we would like to present to you this token and our appreciation and love. Thank you.
Thank you, Jarella.
Mr. and Mrs. Legg. Wait.
On behalf of the staff and students, we would like to present to you and of the Charlestown Pre this token and our appreciation and love. Thank you.
Guess what? We've now come to the end of our graduation ceremony, and so we now welcome Ms. Samika Warner to do the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. As we come to a close of this graduation ceremony, it gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to thank Ms. Jean Keynes, our chairperson, Ms. Lanista Burke for opening us in prayer, to our two excellent students, Anila and Devancia, for singing the national anthem, Ms. Jasulesi Flanders Grant for our scripture reading, to Christian, Mbele, Rommel, and Joel for our welcome poem, to Mrs. Lanz for our remarks from the Department of Education, to the graduates for the song I Am a Promise, and to our beautiful supervisor, Miss Lisa Lee, for her remarks, and to Mr. Craig David for his feature presentation using the puppets, and Jarella for her presentation, and Mr. Paris for his sound system, Mr. Jack Gumba, our pianist, and last but certainly not least, the students, staff, and parents of the Charlestown Preschool, we say thank you. I didn't realize. sorry, Dion and Shakira. How could I forget our patrons, Shakira and Dion? And to NNC for recording our graduation ceremony. Now we'll have the recessional.
Graduates, please stand. Parents, the escorts, please come forward so that we can do the recessional. Just as you brought in the children, we'd like you to take them out, please. Okay, let's proceed.